LA fights back. ICE sued over military-style raids. USCIS speeds up green cards. New worker visa in the works. Today, in the middle of all this chaos, something rare is happening. A flicker of hope. Lawsuits, fast-tracked green cards, and maybe, just maybe, a visa that could bring millions of undocumented workers out of the shadows. This is your urgent July 11th BorderDrip USA immigration update. LA strikes back. ICE sued over military-style raids. Last week, Los Angeles, along with 7 other cities, filed a massive federal lawsuit against ICE.
Why?
Because what's happening on the streets isn't enforcement anymore. It's a war zone. In the past month alone, ICE has conducted over 60 sweep raids across Latino neighborhoods, car washes, construction sites, swap meets, even churches and clinics. Federal agents, National Guard troops, armored vehicles, no warrants, no explanations, just arrests.
Hundreds have been detained.
Many weren't even undocumented. Some were green card holders, others U.S. citizens. Their only crime? Looking Latino. The lawsuit claims violations of the 4th and 5th Amendments, unlawful searches, no access to legal representation, and systemic racial profiling. Even LA's own mayor called it what it is: military-style immigration policing. And this isn't just LA anymore. This is a warning for every immigrant community in America. Because when ICE doesn't follow the law, no one is safe. A new temporary visa that could legalize millions. Here's something almost no one saw coming. Washington insiders are confirming that the administration is preparing a proposal for a new temporary pass visa. This visa wouldn't be a green card. It wouldn't offer citizenship, but it would do something critical. It would give undocumented workers in essential industries a path to work legally, stay with their families, and finally breathe. Targeted sectors include agriculture, construction, hospitality and food service, elder care, housekeeping and domestic work, car washes and landscaping. These are jobs already filled by undocumented immigrants, people who have lived here for years, paid taxes, raised families, but live in fear every single day. This new visa would offer work authorization, labor protections, temporary legal status, and possibly a route to more permanent relief in the future. It's not official yet, but the fact that it's even on the table during this administration says something big. Pressure works, organizing works, lawsuits work. This might just be the most realistic immigration breakthrough we've seen in a decade. Backlog hits 11.3 million, but fresh cases move fast. Now, let's shift to USCIS, because the numbers are wild. The immigration backlog has exploded to 11.3 million cases. It's the highest in U.S. history. But here's what shocked even the experts. Some applicants are now getting green card and citizenship interview dates in just 2 to 4 weeks. Yes, weeks. This isn't happening by accident. Behind the scenes, USCIS is trying to manage pressure from both the public and the White House. So they're quietly fast-tracking newer, clean applications. If you're applying now with no red flags, you might skip years of waiting. We're seeing 400 applications flying through. Family-based green cards moving quicker than expected. Even some employment-based cases approved in under 2 months. This window may not last, but it's real. And if you're eligible, this is your moment. Because once enforcement ramps up again, or once election pressures shift the agenda, the fast lane could shut down. A mother, a child, a courthouse. The case that could change everything. Let's talk about the case that may finally break ICE's grip on federal courthouses. A Honduran mother, let's call her Maria, walked into court for her routine immigration check-in. By her side, her 2 children. One of them, 6 years old, battling leukemia. They came peacefully. They followed every instruction. And still, ICE detained them inside the courthouse. No medical exception, no due process. They were transferred to a detention center 1,500 miles away, held for weeks with no answers. But here's what's different. They sued, and they won release. Now, their case is becoming the foundation for a new legal movement, a challenge to courthouse arrests, especially involving families and children. If this lawsuit succeeds, ICE could be permanently barred from making civil arrests on court property. And that's a game changer. Because every day, thousands of immigrant families walk into courtrooms with fear in their chest. That may finally change. What you need to do now, before things get worse. So, what does all this mean for you? If you're undocumented, or if you have a pending case, this is the moment to act smart. Know your rights. You are not required to open your door to ICE unless they show a warrant signed by a judge. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney.
Use those rights. File now.
Green cards, citizenship, work permits, FOIA requests. Get your paperwork in while the system is still moving fast. Talk to a real lawyer. Don't rely on rumors. Don't trust TikTok threads. Have a legal plan, especially if you have children or if you fear detention. Keep your records ready. Proof of address, medical records, tax returns, school documents. These can be lifesavers in court or in detention. If ICE has ever targeted you unfairly, pay attention. These new lawsuits might open the door to future protections, or even damages. From fear to fight. Look, we're not going to sugarcoat it. You've waited. You've followed the rules. You've stayed invisible to survive. And now, under Trump's second term, it feels like the pressure is suffocating. But here's the truth. This is how change starts. Not with speeches, but with lawsuits. With families refusing to stay silent. With communities standing up. And with information like this. What this means for you and your community. Assert your rights. You do not have to let federal agents in without a warrant. You have the right to remain silent and request a lawyer. Act now. Filing for a green card, citizenship, or work permit today means faster processing. Beat the enforcement slowdown. Stay informed and legally prepared. Keep your records, consult an immigration attorney, and know what to do if ICE arrives unexpectedly. If you learned something from this video, or if you believe immigrants deserve dignity, hit like and share. Drop a comment below. Have you filed your case? Been impacted by a raid? Your story matters. Subscribe to BorderDrip USA for updates that cut through the noise. We've got more stories coming. Stay safe. Stay strong.